Mobile, 003, my Mobile, rolling through these cornfields uptown, the communist state of Illinois. Mega, mega, mega.
Sounding good, 003, absolutely. Automobiles are doing a good job out of that cornfield. 122 Main. Hey, we're letting you know.
You're talking 3 feet wide. Mobile up here, rolling through these cornfields around central Illinois, trying to wave my hand and say good morning. Remember when we...
Oh, sounding good, 003, absolutely are. Those cornfields, no two ways about it. 122 Main, bumping it down, waving.
Hey, 122, you're waving. All locked up over here around Illinois, man. Sounding real good, too. No doubt about it. Oh, 003, good morning. 135 downtown Louisville, baby. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you got yourself a good one, 003. I just wanted to bump it down, let you know that automobiles sound real good out of the cornfield, no doubt, over there in Illinois. So 003, you take care. 122 Main, waving and back out. Bye-bye-bye.
What is going on, Mr. 122?
Got any conditions? 357 Tennessee with the Friday morning wave.
Oh, not much. What's going on up in your neck of the woods?
Oh, you're listening to it. Just turned this thing on and actually heard you in there. You must be pointed somewhat this direction if I'm hearing you.
West. I'm westerly. Are you in Gloucesterville?
Yep, over here in New Gloucester.
Yep, that'd be the direction, no doubt.
Hammering. Good morning, sir. Just wanted to say hi. Heard you in there. Figured I'd give you a shout and don't want to get in there while you're shooting some skips. So you have yourself a great weekend and a fine day, sir.
Hey, right back at you, hammering my meter up there on that old big hill.
I can't wait to get the beam up over here. I love this location. This should be a big old difference.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, absolutely. I'm working on a beam. Just it takes a while to get the darn things up in the air.
Yeah, I took the old one down at the house, and I got the tower and everything's here. They're all here, but it won't be until fall when I get time to actually try to put one back up.
Yep, that's the way it's at. Absolutely is, no doubt.
Figure this cycle's starting to come in, so I'll probably throw up a 4 or 5 element horizontal, and I might not even throw a rotor on it right now. I might just aim it southwest and call it good.
Basically, that would do it right there. 4 or so would be wide enough. You'd catch it all.
I didn't want to go big again. My 8 was so directional. It made such a difference. Always turning it. From person to person, I had to turn the damn thing. You know, with my 4 or my 5, never had that problem. I had like a good, 120 to 160 degree lobe on the front, and yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, that's why I like this one here, so Joe gun. It's short, you know. It's a 5, but it's basically a 4. You know, they got the element space so close, but yeah, it's got a wide angle, so I just point it and click.
That 8, holy fuck! I could tell which block you were on downtown. You know, I'd have to move it 1 or 2 degrees with the thing just to bring. I didn't have to, but it would bring people up. You know, if you were off by a few degrees, you were better off running an Omni.
Yeah, Roger, absolutely. Yeah, we're putting an Omni up too this go around, so we'll have a flat and an Omni going. So it'll be cool once we finally get it up and dialed in.
Yes, sir.
Morning time up there around Boston, 357 Tennessee with a wave.
Illinois right now. When you get your beam up, you're going to be 10-8.
Waving at you, 35710. We heard you roll on through.
Good morning time, 122. I hear you talking to that fella up there around Boston. I didn't think I had conditions with you. I shouted for you a minute ago. Hello, 122. I hear both you talking up that way. 357 Tennessee.
Oh, no, he's local. He's local up here in Maine, just on a big old hill. Fire back at him, 122. Hey, we'll get out of the road.
Mr. 357, yeah, we're over here in New Gloucester, Maine. Not in Boston. Close. I probably have that same type of accent, but, we're over in Gloucester, Maine.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, you guys are definitely loud and proud this morning down here on this Friday morning down here in Tennessee. I was just kind of sitting there listening in. At 122, I thought he was talking down into Boston, but yeah, the accent sounds pretty familiar. I got a Michigan accent, but I've been down here in Tennessee for many decades. But you're both sounding good down here in Tennessee. 357 with the morning wave.
No doubt, 357. You're definitely sounding great up here, that is for sure. Didn't know this little radio made it out that far in Maine. They call me Mr. Screwdriver.
Yeah, I got 20 dBs on you, Mr. Screwdriver. I think you may have been in there talking local. I've been kind of back and forth from the radio, and I was just kind of eavesdropping this morning. It hadn't got real loud yet. This is the good skit before the traffic jam. 357, right?
Yeah, this is when you can still make contacts on 100 watts, and it's not a big deal, and you can understand everybody. Another hour from now, then it just turns into a big old pile of mush, and it's not even worth trying.
Absolutely. I heard you talking about those antennas. I'm working an old antique Moonraker 6 vertical and 6 flat, but anyways, I heard you talking about that 5 element. I had an M105C years ago. It done real well. And I heard 122 say he was working a Joe Gun 5 element. But those antennas, I don't know what you're working down there now, Screwdriver. What kind of antenna are you working on, Bright?
Right now I'm just on an Omni. Got a Mr. Coily. Probably about 35 feet off the ground on the side of my shop. Yeah, for an Omni, this thing works great. I have no complaints. I actually have a Moonraker 6 I just took down from my old house, so that might be getting put up here come fall. We'll see what happens. I got to decide which one I want to go up with, but this little Omni seems to do really well.
There's hardly anybody got these old Moonraker 6s anymore, but yeah, that thing is doing a terrific job. A lot of guys have those. They take a lot of power too, that ground plane that you just mentioned there. But yeah, I found 2 of these in a box in 2016. A friend of a friend passed away. Had 2 of these brand new from the 70s in the box, so I picked both of them up. Pretty good deal on them. But yeah, what did you say that ground plane was again?
It's a Mr. Coily, made by a guy called, well, his name is Daniel, but Mr. Coily. I believe this might be called the Enforcer, but he does have a website. I think it's MrCoily.com. 24-foot, 0.64 wave ground plane antenna. Yeah, it works really well. And good for you for a couple of new Moonraker 6s in the box. That's, yeah. Mine, the fiberglass spreaders, not the fiberglass spreaders, the fiberglass reinforcements on them. I had a couple snap, and I've been trying to, source out a place to find something that'll work a little better than that. So I'm still in the process of going that route again.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, Mr. Coily, right. Yeah, up there. I think he's in the northeast, or he's up there in the northwest, up there in Washington, I believe. Yeah, he's been around for a while. Those ground planes, so they do a good job. Is that a 5/8 wave or a full wave?
Yeah, 5/8 wave. I believe it's 24 feet long. 5/8 wave. Mine's an older one. The newer ones, he's got corona balls on the ends of them, which supposedly help reduce a little bit of the static in the air, but I've had this thing probably, 12 years or so. It works flawlessly. Never had any issues. Slapped it right together. Everything was marked and already done up when I got it. I would have to say, compared to some of the other antennas, it was very simple to put together, and thing's been bulletproof.
Yeah, 10-4. I got a V5000 Mako up over here on a 20-foot push-up pole. It does pretty good. The old V5000 Mako ground plane, but yeah, that Mr. Coily, They do a good job. I know a lot of guys got those things, and they do good in the weather. They're good in the wind too. But it's hard to find a well-built antenna. Them Joe guns like 122's talking about well-built. I used to have a old shooting star. Not a shooting star, but a smoking gun too. That's what it was. 2-element vertical, 2-element flat side. But 122, if you're still in there, I hope you're doing well and swell up that way also, if we still got condition. 357 Tennessee.
Oh, you got some real good conditions. Absolutely do. Yeah, we're just on the driver right now, so yeah, so conditions, they have to be good. 357, you're rocking and rolling up here in the receive.
Yeah, I got harder than I do on the flat side, but I think it's just conditions jumping back and forth this morning, no doubt. Yeah, you got that 5-element Joe gun. Is that thing on the vertical side or the flat side? 120.
I'm on the flat side. I'm on the flat side right now, sir.
Yeah, 10-4 on the flat side. I figured as much, sir, because I know you like to talk DX. It's about, I don't think I've ever even heard you talk local time this morning. So maybe there's not a lot of people right up there close to you, but that may be a plus also. Hey, 122, we'll get back here and let you guys carry on. Appreciate you letting me butt in. 357 with the weekend wave.
Oh, jump right in there, absolutely. That's what we want. We got the old gates rolling up here, no doubt. Hey, always a pleasure. 357, good sounding station. That Raker is working well for you, sir.
10-4, I was going to tell Screwdriver there if he has problems with those fiberglass balancers for that Moonraker 6 to use alligator line. That's what I used on mine. I didn't even use these fiberglass balancers or supports. I went with a big alligator line. It's actually stronger. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there. And then we tightened them up with turnbuckles on both ends. But it was kind of a process. A fellow from New York turned me on to the idea several years ago. I had a set of Moonraker 6s that didn't have those fiberglass sticks that Screwdriver was talking about. But you can get around that, no doubt. 357 Tennessee.
Now, did you run them through the mounts, through the elements, or did you put up some regular braces? Because on my Moonraker 4, I just had a regular brace, and I just ran a piece of aluminum square stock for a brace, and I did put the same type supports on my Moonraker 4, but it was just through those. Did you go through the elements, or did you just use separate braces on it when you did the wire? Radio on.
Yeah, I still went through the elements on those little square holder things. I sure did. It looks exactly like it would, pretty much as if you would have put the fiberglass up. But I went through the elements like you're saying there on those little eyes.
Nice. Did you just curious, I don't mean to bug you, but just did you like put knots or a clamp in between each element? I just didn't know if it would pull the elements, not having something there to keep them from moving. That and my elements have been out in the element for 40 years. I think the antenna was built in like 76, so I didn't know if they were going to get a little brittle, and I didn't want it to bend or break any of the elements.
That was my concern too, with that fiberglass being so old. No, it seemed to turn out all right. It's hard to explain how they work, but I'd have to show you pictures of it. Old 44 John up there in New York, up off of Lake Ontario. That's all he's ever run. He's an old fella. He's in his 80s, and he sent me pictures and all kinds of stuff so I could follow his design 5 or 6 years ago. But I just incorporated it into the new antenna.